Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome. So, this story time is prompted by a DM that I just received like 4 days ago. Okay, so this DM, for most of you, it's all over my channel where I introduce myself, and you guys know that I do sports. I'm a track athlete, I'm a Jamaican track athlete. So I've been to a lot of places. I've had a few different coaches. I have track coaches, I have gym coaches. So, I have to be around several different, coaches. So, this story time is about one of my gym coaches. It wasn't the main coach, it was like the assistant to the main gym coach. So, you'll be in the gym, assisting us, ensuring that we're doing everything right. He'll help us to pack up the weights, load sleds, like whatever we need, it'll be of assist to us. This story is about the time our gym coach got arrested for sending nudes to an high school student. So we always thought the gym coach was a little weird. He's not the main gym coach, just for everyone to know. And I will not say any name. I will not say a name because I don't want, people to run into this video, even though I highly doubt that they'll be on YouTube watching story times, more over my story time. And I'm not around these people anymore. I haven't seen them in like, well, I won't say, but it's years. This story happened years ago. I had this gym coach and he had a few assistants. So this assistant, I'm not sure, I think it was volunteer. He was a volunteer assistant because they were boys, they were like best friends, and he owns the gym, and he have a business, so he have his boys helping him out. I don't know if they were getting paid or what. It was like three assistant coaches and they'll all show up when we go to the gym. It's like four females at the time were my training partners. It was four of us as female. There were male training partners. I had male training partners as well, but I remember four of us as female. So the four of us will go to the gym, and then after gym we'll start to discuss like one of the trainers were acting. He's always acting funny. He's super nice. He's very helpful, but there was something off about him. There was something really off about it. Started to get more comfortable with us to where he'll help us like with the weights. And if he's like putting the weights, like we'll do some, I can't explain the exercises to you guys, but for instance, we're doing hip thrust and we'll put like the weights across our waist and stuff, and he'll try to help us if we're lifting up like a 45 pounds and we're putting it on our laps. He'll try to help us to put the weight on our lap, and then he'll position his hand a particular way so that his hand can brush across our private parts. So he did that to one of my training partners one day, and she got mad. She was like, no. She jumped up real quick and she was like, no, I'll do it, I don't need your help. And she jumped up real quick and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, it was an accident. And yeah, so she complained about that, and she went to the head coach and she told the head coach about it, and it was just laughing. It was like, oh, y'all grown people, you know how to handle yourself, y'all grown people. We had a group chat for the entire group, the entire training group, and this assistant coach was in the group chat. But you'll be talking reckless in the group chat. I'm not a group chat person. I'll be the silent one, just I'll read the conversations in the group chat, but I will not participate unless they call me out. Yeah, I will not participate unless they specifically call me out. So one day he got bold enough where because of the group chat, everyone have each other's number. We know how to contact each other. So he got each of us numbers from the group chat, and he basically asked everyone out. No one wanted to go out with him. No one wanted to go out with him. So you know what he did? He sent a nude picture. He sent a nude picture to one of my training partners. We had a group chat for just us females. So after he sent the nude picture, the picture got circulated in our group chat, and let me tell you, it was disgusting. It was naked. The picture was of his The picture was of his dick. The picture was of, yeah, and but you couldn't see it. You could not see it. You could see that something is there, but it was covered in hair. It looked like it was so long and thick, and it was covering everything. It was growing down his legs. He needed like a lawn mower or something to get rid of it. And yeah, he sent that picture, full naked picture. After that, one of the girls went back and told the head coach about it. One of the girls went back. I don't know, there was something about their relationship where she shared everything with him. I don't know why. So one of the girls went back and told the head coach about it, because he enjoys the gossip. He enjoys the gossip. And we were like, that is so unprofessional. Like, we got to look at him at the gym. No more of all. Most of all, we don't want him to help us. We don't want him to, yeah, we don't want him to help us, even though sometimes his help was good, like with squats and stuff, but we didn't know that. We had our suspicions, but we couldn't know for sure, because he used to blow it off and apologize, when his hands inappropriately touch us or brush against us. He used to apologize and said, I'm sorry, it was an accident. But no, we know it was never an accident. He meant to do that. He meant to touch us. He meant to cup a feel. And so now when we go to the gym and he's trying to assist us, now more than ever, we don't want him to help us. We will not go underneath squat machine or anything that we know we might struggle with. We won't do it unless we literally tag a person, be like, oh, hey, we'll touch a person. I won't say no name, but we'll touch a person and be like, and we'll whisper it, because if he hears us asking for help, he'll sprint over there real quick and try to help us. So we always, we're like, hey, we're like, whisper to a friend, whisper to each other, and ask for each other's help so that we don't get his help. Or we try not to do anything, anything too heavy or anything that we may struggle with where we definitely needed his help. So try to avoid all that. So we laugh. We laugh. Of course, we laugh because it was disgusting. We laugh about it. We were creeped out. But as females, we are still gonna laugh at some point. It did not look good. Like, it did not look good. Was it big? We don't know. Was it small? We don't know. All we know, it was a lot of hair. It was disgusting. It was so much hair. It was so. We could not see anything. It was like 10 years of growth. It was. I know that must be sweaty. That must smell so sweaty. It looked like there's lice. And the hair, it was so long and it was thick. It was thick and long. It was gross. I never knew something could look like that. We never knew. Never. So, all that happened. Yeah, all that stuff happened, and we try to avoid him as best as we can. We only had gym like 3 days per week, which is still 3 of 7, but we try to avoid him as best as we can. We help each other out in the gym and try to avoid his help. He'll come and he'll be like, hey, he'll be like, let's hang out. Like, he'll be in the group chat, not our personal group chat for the females, but the regular group chat. He'll be like, what y'all doing tonight? I'll get pizza, I'll get drink, let's hang out. And we'll never answer. He'll be in the group chat talking and we'll never answer. I'm not going to answer to begin with unless someone really asks me. Say my name, type my name and ask me to say something. I'll just be the person reading and laughing. I'm reading what's happening in the group chat and just laughing. So yeah, so he's always trying to invite us somewhere, and we'll have like get-togethers. We'll have team bonding activities, where we'll do like movie night, game night, all that stuff. The main gym coach, it was cool. I don't think he knew that was happening. He didn't know. We told the track coach, not the gym coach. Not the gym. The gym coach is like our strength and conditioning coach, and then we have our main coach, or main or head coach, a real track coach. And yeah, he didn't know well, the gym coach, a strength and conditioning coach, he didn't know all that was happening. And he's real cool. He's a family man. He don't stand for certain things, you know. He's like real respectful and real professional. But he's real cool at that, you know. He's not that old. Like he's like a good 6 years, a good 6 years or so older than us. Yeah, he's like he was like a good 6 years or so older than us, and yeah, he's all about his business, his family. He's real professional. He's a perfectionist. He's very motivating, very encouraging, and he was not a part of that. Just to make it clear, he did not know what his friend, was doing behind his back. So, with that being said, we had team bonding, team get together, and all that stuff, and we're playing games, we're playing charades, playing a lot of games, dominoes. People had food. They had pizza. I don't really mess. I don't like pizza. I'll eat the crust, but I don't really like pizza that much. So I'll take like a slice and eat the crust, and that's about it. And they had alcohol. Yeah, I know we're athletes, we shouldn't be drinking, but I don't like drinking anyway, especially around people. Like, I'm not very I mean, I was comfortable, but they weren't family, and I'm very lightweight, and I'm not at home. Yeah, I'm very lightweight, and I'm not at home, so I will not drink when I go out, and I don't know how I'm gonna get home. So yeah, and I don't like the taste of alcohol anyway, so you'll rarely see me drink. So we were at the get together, the team bonding activity, and we're all there. It was like 15 of us, all the coaches, assistant coaches, all my training partners, and we were just there, just having a good time. My coach, the head coach, he brought his daughter and stuff. So what had happened was, one of my training partners, she got drunk. She got drunk, and when she got drunk, she started telling everyone's business. She's like, "And your breath stink, and you're trying to touch the girls in the gym every time we try to squat or something. You're checking us out." And she was just telling people business, and we're like, "Oh my gosh." Those drunk people, they get drunk and they just start spilling the tea. They just start spilling everything. So that was her, and there were a lot of people scared because she knew a lot. She even started telling her own business. She was just going, 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 going. So she was just there, and we were trying to get her to stop, but she wouldn't stop. People were looking at me like, "Bro, get her." They were like, "Bro, get her, stop her, stop her." I'm like, "Cause I'm scared too." I don't know what she know about me. I'm scared too. I'm not trying to piss her off. I don't know what she know about me. And then she gonna start saying, "And you did it." No, not me. So I was like, not me. Not me, not the Ron. So they start pointing at our head coach. No, they were like, I'm gonna call the head coach Peter. So it's like, "Peter." They were like, "Peter, get her, get her." I'm gonna call her a drunk person. So they're like, "Get drunk person, get." And he was shaking his head like, he was scared too, because she always tell us so. She knew a lot about the head coach. She knew a lot about the head coach, and they were factual stuff that could really ruin his family, his livelihood. He confided in her with a lot of stuff. She knew a lot, so he did not want that smoke. He did not want it, so he's like, "Let her talk." And she was talking, and he was laughing like, "Ha ha ha, ha, you funny, ha ha," because he's trying to stay on her good side. He don't want to get snitched on. And he had one of his kids there. He had his daughter there, and she was like 11, so she know she know what's going on, like. So if drunk person mess up and say something about her daddy, he's a married man too, and he definitely did some stuff. He did some stuff that he shouldn't have done as a married person, somebody with family. So he was like, no, y'all got this. And then he's looking at me again, like, I'm like, so he was just chilling and laughing. And then, yeah, the funniest part, it wasn't funny though, but we had this training partner, and his breath was terrible. It was terrible. It was so bad. And he used to explain that the reason for it is that he has gum disease. That was so, it was so bad. It was so bad. Like my nose, it literally. I was in the car with him. I was driving us to practice one day, and he's the type that he always want the windows rolled up. He was like, but his breath is so stink. So I always had the windows down. Like his breath it was hot. Like it literally burned. It literally burned. Like my nose was bleeding one day. Like it was so bad. It was burning my nose. And people asking for gums, mints. I'm rolling the windows down, and he's like, roll it up. Why you have the window down? I don't like the wind. But we're rolling the window down because his breath was so stink. It was rotten stink. It was rotten. And yeah, so it was like, jump person, shut up and go home. Who tell him to say that? It was like, and he had a wife. His wife was one of our training partners too. She was like, I know you're not talking out your stinking mouth. I know you're not talking out your stinking mouth. Your breath smell like shit. I don't know if your wife don't have a nose. Your breath stink and everybody talk about it. Everybody complain about it. And I don't remember what her name, the main coach. And he was like, but she was like, even the coach talk about you, even the coach. Right, coach? His mouth stink. His mouth stink like shit. Right, coach? His mouth stink like shit. And he was like, the coach was just laughing like, ha 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 ha, you funny, ha ha ha, you funny. Because he's not trying to say anything to have her be upset at him. And so the guy, the mouth with the mouth problem, the guy with the mouth problem, he didn't say anything else. And his wife was just sitting there like, no way anybody could say anything about my husband. Well, I mean, yeah. If that was me, there's no way a female could say something like that about my husband, whether it's true or not. But I'm gonna pipe up. She gonna have to deal with me. She gonna have to deal with me, the female. I'll take over from there. She was just sitting there like embarrassed, and everybody laughing at this point because it was so funny. Everybody laughing at this point. She was just going. And she went back and she was like, yeah, you. She went back to the assistant gym person. She was like, yeah, and you keep messaging in the group chat trying to hang out. Why you here now? Nobody invited you because you're weird, you're creepy. And so the gym coach was like, you know what, the assistant coach, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And the gym coach was there. Main gym coach was like, good idea. So they pack up and they left, and I'm like, I was the driver at that time. I was a designated driver. And I'm like, so I'm like, I start to talk to her. I'm like, young person, come on, let's go home. She was like, no, I'm not leaving. And everybody was like, no, it's time to go home. It's time to leave. We have practice tomorrow. It's time to leave. She's like, I'm not ready. I'll leave when I'm ready to leave. If you want to go, you can go. And I'm like, okay. And they were like, no, Veron, don't leave her. And I'm like, I was already through the door, walking to the car, whoever ride with me, walking with me to the car. And they're like, no, don't leave her, because I'm not bringing her home. And I'm like, she said she ain't ready, and I'm ready. So they're like, please, don't leave her. I'm like, so I went back in there, and I'm like, you ready? And she was like, yeah. Well, everybody was leaving at this point, so she had no choice. So she was like, yeah, I'm ready. So all that happened. So tension started to rise and stuff. The gym coach started to viewer a certain type of way. The main gym coach, he was like, because as I said, he was very professional. It wasn't about all that ratchet stuff, all that mess, all that drama. He was a family man. He's married, he's a businessman. He's all about his business, his money, his family. That's all. So he started to not show up when we have gym. So it's mostly the assistants that are there, administering the workouts, telling us what to do. So we started getting more help from Mr. Cree. But yeah, so the gym coach tried to not be there as much for us. He'll show up early, we'll see him because he'll have like clients early in the mornings before us. Our time was like 9 o'clock, and he'll be there from like 5 with clients. So sometimes when we're coming in, he's finishing up, and then after they're done and it's our turn, he'll just disappear. We wouldn't even know when he left. Like he'll just be gone. He'll just disappear. And it's because of that. So he did not like her. I would say he did not like her. Okay, so we had a trap meet coming up. It was on a Saturday. So when we have trap meets on Saturdays, we don't do gym on Fridays. Our last gym session for the week will be Wednesday. Our gym sessions were Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So whenever we have a meet coming up, or last day to gym would be Wednesday, and it's like not heavy stuff because you don't want to feel fatigued when you're competing. You want to put out your best performance. You don't want to go to the meet looking like you're in practice, looking heavy. When you compete, you want to compete, you want to run fast, not heavy and weighed down. So we saw the assistant coaches, the assistant gym coaches. The last we saw them was Wednesday morning. So Thursday everything was good. We didn't see them. Friday, Friday everything good. Saturday morning before the meet, the drunk person, she texted me and was like, "Girl, guess what?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm gonna call the assistant gym coach pedophile. Yeah, she was like, I was on Instagram and I was checking out the crime page for the city, and guess whose mugshot I saw on there? And I'm like, who tell me? Like who tell me? And she was like, let me call you. So she called me, she FaceTimed me, and she was like, girl, I saw a pedophile on it. He got arrested last night. I was like, what? And she was like, yes. I was like, why? What happened? What happened? And she said, the story said he sent nudes to an high school student. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it is so weird. He tried that with us. He tried it with us, and they brushed it out. They were like, oh, y'all grown people. He tried it with us, and he tried it with the high school. High school though. So he tried it with kids. So what happened was he sent the news. He was an assistant coach to an high school as well. He was a volunteer assistant to the high school, and he used his position, I guess, to get close to his students. And what happened was he sent news. He sent news to a female student. Her friends saw the nudes. Her friends reported to someone else, and they reported to the police. So that's what happened, and he got arrested. So I'm like, oh my gosh. She was like, yes, we rented a van, so we didn't have to drive because the trap meet was close by. It was like, yeah, it was really close by. So we're like, okay, to save on gas, let's all carpool. Let's all rent a van so we all can just get on it, save gas, not all these vehicles, driving to the same meet. So we all did that. So we got to the van. We load up in the van. She was sitting in the seat in front of me. I was sitting behind her. So she passed her phone back to me. She passed her phone back to me and showed me the mugshot. And it was in the mugshot, like it was all there. It was all there. But it says high school sports trainer arrested for sexual solicitation. I won't say where, but yes. So he was charged. He was charged with solicitation of a minor and displaying obscene nude pictures. Said anyone with information in this case is asked to call the police department's child and vulnerable adult unit. So yeah, it was some real. So she handed me the phone and I was looking at it and I was reading the headlines too. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my. So I asked her, so I handed her the phone and she was like, pass it back to such and such. So I passed it back to the other girls. She asked me to pass it back to the other girls, the other training partners. So I passed it back to the other girls and they look at it and everybody was like, oh my God. Oh, everyone was shocked. They were shocked. So they were there, everyone passing the phone around and like, oh my gosh, when did this happen? Like, and everyone was just shocked. And then they passed her phone back to her. That was it. That was the Saturday. We competed, came home. Sunday, everything was normal. And then Monday was gym. Somehow, me and drunk person, we rode together to the gym because we live closer to each other. And we were late. We were late for the gym. We got to the gym and everyone was there. So we were late to the gym. So we walked in and for a very long time, for the first time in a very long time, the head gym coach was at the gym. He was there. So walking was like, oh, hey, good morning. And walking in high spirit, like, oh, hey, because we haven't seen him at the gym. Like, show up at the gym ever since that incident, that, team building incident where drunk person started all that drama. So we walked in all, hey, good morning. Then each step over to us and he was like, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So you step and he started looking at drunk person and he was like, don't you spread dirt. Don't you throw dirt on my friend's name. Don't you ever throw dirt on my friend's name. And we were like, and drunk person wasn't saying anything at first because she was shocked. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not with the mess. And everyone started looking. I think they knew what was up, but we were late. So we just walked into it. And it was like, that's why I don't be in here. I don't come in here no more. I'm tired of the mess. And that's why I don't be in here. I don't be in here with y'all. I come and I train my other clients, but with y'all, I just stay away from y'all and all that mess. I'm not about that mess. He was so mad. And then then he stormed off. And my friend was like, why are you attacking us? Why is he attacking us? What is he talking about? And what dirt and what friend's name? So after the gym coach stormed off, then our other training partners, they came over and they were like, girl, he was in here saying somebody was showing the mugshot and telling people that his friend got arrested for sending nudes to a high school girl. And so a drunk person was like, we're not the one spreading dirt on his name. He's the one sending nudes to high school kids. He's the one sending nudes to minors. He's the one spreading dirt on his name. What he needs to do is go bail his friend out, since that's his friend, or tell his friend not to send nudes to kids. And yeah, so that was that for the gym day. So tension being heavy. Then the head coach, after gym, we usually have track practice. So after gym, we went to track practice and the head coach decided he wanted to have a meeting. So he had a meeting with us and he started yelling, was like, all this drama, all this mess, like y'all just need to mind your business. Y'all here to do one thing, and that's to train and run fast. Just mind your business. And we were all looking, so drunk person started talking and he's like cutting her off. He started yelling. He was like, you, don't say anything. Shut up, don't say anything. Come to find out, like after all that's done and we all went home, come to find out, Young person did not find that mugshot on the violence, the crime page for the city. She did not find it, the mugshot where she originally said she found it. She got that information from the head coach. He was the one who started all the mess. So when he was yelling at her, she said when he was yelling at her, is because she was about to tell the truth where all the drama started with the mugshot. The drama started with the head coach, and then he tried to pin it on the females. It was like, that's all y'all do. When he started the drama, yeah, no, drunk person showed us the picture, but come on, it's our gym coach. If you find out something like that, your gym coach is in jail for sending news to minors after he already sent that to somebody in the group. Of course, we're all gonna want to know that, and we're all gonna want to share that, you know. So that's what happened. She came across the mugshot and everything because the head coach was gossiping. He was gossiping and he told her. But the deal was for her not to tell us, just between them, and they would just talk about it and laugh. But where he thought she messed up was he when he sent it to her and she showed us. So he was mad, but he was throwing the blame on us, and then he yelled at her to shut up, don't say anything, because she was about to speak the truth where all the drama came from. So yeah, I think he got bailed out. I don't even remember because we have not seen him for a while. We haven't seen him until the end of the season. We haven't seen him till the end of the season. That was like 5 months later. He never showed his face again. All the tension died down. Young person apologized to the head coach. We were all good. He let bygones be bygones, and we were all good with the head coach and stuff. And yeah, we saw pedophile. We saw pedophile again like 5 months later. It was awkward the first few meetings, but we just ignore it. He never tried those games with us anymore. But yeah, that story came back to mind after I got a DM like 4 days ago from pedophile, and the DM was like, "You in Houston now?" The DM was asking me if I'm in Houston, no, and I left it at that. I didn't respond. I didn't respond. I open it and then I swipe it back and click on read. Yeah, and yeah, I didn't respond. I didn't block him. He didn't mess with me or tried anything, or he didn't mess with us after that. But yeah, that was the time our gym coach got arrested for sending nudes to a minor. So that's the end of my story, guys. I have a lot more coming, so please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all. Mwah.